All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining me today for Study Abroad for Religious Studies majors. Hopefully some more people will join us, but if not, we're just going to go ahead and get started. We'll begin with a short general video about study abroad and then get into more specifics about studying abroad as a religious studies major.
The University of California Education Abroad program is a UC-affiliated study abroad program offering courses in over 40 countries all over the world. Whether your major is in the humanities, engineering, sciences, arts, or social sciences, you can study abroad.
I studied abroad at the University of Cape Town in South Africa during spring term.
I studied abroad with the UC Florence program in Italy for the fall. Studied abroad at the University of Barcelona in Spain for a year.
I studied abroad in Thailand for the fall semester and in Brazil for the spring semester. So I studied abroad in 2 different programs for the whole entire year.
UC-EAP offers a wide range of program types. You can study abroad for a year, semester, quarter, or summer. You can learn or improve on a foreign language, take major, minor, or GE classes, and even do lab research or intern abroad.
I did 2 different internships. One, a public health internship in Thailand, where I followed a doctor and I saw urban, suburban, and rural healthcare within Thailand. And then in Brazil, I followed another doctor in a public health internship.
I also volunteered in a township. So at the township, we worked with young students and taught them about history and about culture.
I was able to take classes in Spanish and in Catalan, which enriched my college experience because I was able to learn about Spain through a Spanish and Catalan perspective.
While on UC-EAP, you remain a UC student. This means that you'll receive credit for all your courses and your financial aid package travels with you. Your housing options vary by program. For example, you might have the opportunity to live in an on-campus dormitory, an off-campus apartment, or even with a host family.
I was one of those people who was really nervous about going abroad before I went, but I found that all of my worries melted away with the UC Florence program. The staff was really kind and helpful. My classes were a lot smaller, so I was able to get to know the people within them, and I made my best friends while I was abroad.
It's really easy to get caught up in the Isla Vista bubble and all that Isla Vista has to offer. But studying abroad through UC-EAP is a really unique way to get out of that bubble and to experience and be immersed in a different culture and to experience all that culture has to offer.
The opportunity to pick up your life and move to a different country and study there is really a chance that only students have.
How many times in your life do you think you'll have the opportunity to live in and not just travel to a foreign country? Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. For more information, visit us online or stop by our office in South Hall 2431 today. The university.
Okay, so if you're here to learn about like general study abroad topics such as how to choose a program or the application process, housing, and such topics, we do encourage you to attend our weekly Study Abroad 101 info sessions. They're held every Friday at 2 p.m. And then if you want to learn more about finances and scholarship opportunities, we also want you to attend our weekly cost and scholarship info sessions. They're held every Friday at 3 p.m. Just because these topics will not be covered in the presentation. So just wanted to give you that heads up. All right, so now for just some quick logistics. We are recording this meeting, like I mentioned, so feel free to keep your mics muted. If you do have questions at the end, there will be some time for some Q&A. I won't be able to see your questions popping up in the chat box because my screen is maximized, but we will have some time for that at the end. So yeah, welcome to Study Abroad for Religious Studies majors. My name is Janine Mustafa, and I'm one of the campus advisors here at UCSB EAP. Joining me today is Berenice. Thank you so much for representing the Religious Studies Department for us. The focus of this meeting is to relay specific advice for study abroad as a religious studies major. So some of the things that we plan to cover are why you should study abroad as a religious studies major, where you might consider going, what courses and program types you might want to think about, and how you can figure this all out and where to find the resources that you need. Okay. One thing that I want to mention real quick before we get started is I wanted to inform you of a capital internship program that's now located in the EAP office. We share the same space in South Hall 2431. This is another wonderful off-campus opportunity that UCSB students are encouraged to take advantage of. Students have the opportunity to intern in DC or Sacramento. They can receive units and utilize their financial aid. So this program is open to all majors, and it allows you to get professional experience in a wide variety of fields. So it's a great addition to EAP, and I think that it kind of really helps set you apart from your peers. So if you're interested in these programs, feel free to visit the Capital Internship website here, and you can reach out to Ellie, our advisor for that program, if you have specific questions. I also wanted to take a moment to address COVID and its impact on study abroad. Restrictions are lifting, students are finally beginning to study abroad again. We have about 200 students abroad right now. And yeah, UCAP, we're continuing to monitor the situation. We did have to have some cancellations for 2021, but we're feeling optimistic about 2022 programs proceeding as normal. However, please know that we can't guarantee anything. So we do encourage you to apply though. Applying is free, and if you don't apply, you won't go. So we just really don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. Okay. So why study abroad? Let's talk about why I think you should study abroad in religious studies. So by taking classes in your major, this just helps ensure that you'll graduate on time or potentially even early. So I assume you chose your major because it interests you. So, why not pursue that interest in a completely different setting than UCSB and kind of give you a new perspective on it. So you might even find courses that count towards your major that aren't offered at UCSB. One example of that is at the University of Hong Kong. They offer a course in Buddhist art and architecture, kind of cool. So lots of unique courses that are kind of pertaining to the country that you may be studying abroad in. So in addition to your coursework, you could do an internship or research related to your major. There's options with that. And then, lastly, it just helps make you more marketable by studying abroad. It really distinguishes yourself from your peers, when you're applying to that first job after graduation, or if you're thinking about going to grad school. It really is just something that helps set you apart and kind of boost your resume and applications. Okay, so where to study abroad as a religious studies major? You have a lot of choices. We have over 150 programs in 40 different countries. So on our website, this is where you're going to search for program possibilities in religious studies. So on the UC Education Abroad program website, you'll find a search menu here where you can search and find a program based upon your major. So by going to this page, you can then filter based upon the discipline and the subject area. And as you can see, we offer over 35 programs for religious studies majors. And then if you kind of know a little bit more details about your goals and whether you want to take courses taught in another language or what term you want to go, you can further narrow down your search and get more tailored programs to your goals. Okay, so I just kind of pulled some examples of programs that we offer and courses, and just a course from that program that I thought looked kind of cool, that kind of demonstrates things that are offered in other programs that may not be at UCSB. So, we have Central European Studies in Prague offering world religions and the media, which sounded really neat to me. There's also Global Studies in Japan. They have a course on mysticism, in the East and the West. And then Middle East Studies in Amman, Jordan, they offer a course, Islam in the Modern Context. So yeah, there's just some like really unique courses that are pertaining to the countries. So how do we kind of learn more about what courses are offered in your major? You're going to want to go to the UCSB Education, to the UCSB Education Abroad website. And under Academics tab, you can find more information about classes that will count for your major by going here. You can also find like campus specific info, such as campus deadlines and events on this website. So this is the site where we have like UCSB specific information. Okay. So on the major advising page, you're going to want to select the religious studies tab. And then here, you'll find a lot of information that your major has also provided for you, and kind of gives you information about the guidelines for studying abroad in your major. Okay. Another resource that I want to share with you is our Guacho Credit Abroad. Our Guacho Credit Abroad is an excellent source of information about courses that have been taken for major credit by UCSB students. So this is a historical database that shows the types of credit UCSB students have received for courses that they have taken on UCEAP. So it's not courses that will be offered per se in the exact program that you want to partake in, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what kind of courses are offered in your major. Okay. So when looking on Guacho Credit Abroad for courses taken for major credit, you'll find about 34 results. This can be really helpful, if you're wondering what programs might offer courses in your major. Religious studies, it's a pretty like specific major, so it's not surprising that there's like not that many course results show up, but as more students go abroad and continue to take courses in different majors and successfully petition for them for credit, like these lists are expected to grow. So yeah, we always want to stress that this is a historical database. It doesn't tell you what will be offered when you might be going. Okay. But it does kind of give you a list of courses that may be pre-approved by your department for credit. Okay. So a broader resource that you can use, it's very similar to the Guacho Credit Abroad, but it's on the UCEAP website, and it's the Campus Credit Abroad. So it's for all of the UCs, and it actually has a broader database of courses that we count towards your major. And it gives a little bit more information in terms of course descriptions, whether they're taken for major credit, upper division, lower division, GEs, and so forth. So this is kind of what it looks like if you were to search on the UCEAP course catalog. Like I said, it will list the program, the subject area, and if you click these hyperlinks, it will give you information into the course descriptions and so forth. And then if you want to look into specific courses that may be offered during your program, you're going to want to look at the catalog specific for the universities. So under the academics tab on the UCEAP website, when you're searching under your program, there should be a section called catalogs and resources. And this is where you can find specific program, specific university program catalog. Okay. All right, so now that we've kind of ran through all of those resources that help you kind of decide what classes to take for your major, I do want to talk about how you can get major credit for your UCEAP courses. So first of all, you should know that any courses you take abroad will automatically come back on your transcript and count towards your graduation requirements. There's nothing that you really need to do for this to happen, but all of these credits are going to be just elective credits. So if you want to get credits towards your major, your minor, GE, you will need to petition with your major advisor for that to happen. First, make you must take the appropriate courses and then petition with them once you return back. That's not to say that, you don't necessarily have to take major coursework when you're abroad, just as long as you will still graduate on time. Like a lot of students complete all of their major coursework before they go. So that's always an option too, if you had your heart set on a specific program and they didn't offer courses in your major. Typically major coursework, it needs to be upper division and should be taken for a letter grade if you want it to count towards your major. So yeah, we just really encourage you to keep that open communication with your major advisor before you go and also while you're there. What courses you plan to take, they may not be what you actually enroll in. So just kind of keeping that open communication will help ensure that you're fulfilling the requirements needed for your major. Okay, let's see. Another good tip too, if you are petitioning for major courses to count is, keep your syllabus and coursework. And this really helps kind of support your petition unless they're pre-approved courses by your department. All right, in addition to taking courses in your major, we really encourage students to also participate in internships abroad. This is really a great way to get like pre-professional experience and just kind of offers you a unique way to kind of get to know your host community and like really immerse yourself in the community abroad. So yeah, we have study abroad programs that integrate internships for academic credit, or a lot of our immersion programs actually allow you to arrange an internship on your own, and then they always give assistance from the study center if needed. All right, sorry if that was kind of a lot of information. Might feel a little overwhelmed at this point. So yeah, there's a lot of websites and databases and everything might be a little bit confusing where to access all this information, but the reality is, UCEAP, we offer a wide range of programs, different types, terms, countries, languages, and systems. So, these programs are for all UC students for all 9 campuses, and new ones get added every year. So you have a lot of choices, and, we can't simply say like, oh, you're, a religious studies major, go to Copenhagen University. So this will count for your major. So it's really important to kind of do your research, look into what program is going to kind of work best with your goals. All right, but the good news is, we're here to help. Our UCSB EAP office is open for business. We're taking people both in person, virtually, over the phone. So we have staff and student advisors ready to help. So feel free to drop by and see us or schedule a virtual meeting through our QLS. We have our office hours listed on our contact us page if you're wanting to meet with someone about a specific program or country. Also, just a gentle reminder, if you're really considering doing a study abroad program next year and don't have a passport yet, they are really delayed right now in processing. So we do encourage you to apply for one at the rec center, schedule your appointment as soon as possible, because it can take up to 16 weeks to get one. And then we are telling people that, like, if you're interested in fall or summer programs, that you might need a passport as early as January or February. Okay, just some final words of wisdom for you guys. Start planning now. That way you'll kind of have the most options open and you can pick the program to best fit your needs. Take time to do the research, meet with an advisor, attend more info meetings. We'll be running them all quarter and they're all posted on the events tab of our website. And then, consult with your advisors at your academic department, your college, and at the EAP office. We just really don't want you to miss out on these opportunities. Many of the summer and fall programs deadlines are in January and February. So students who are thinking about traveling abroad next year are already starting their application. So just something to think about. And yeah, this could be your classroom. So I'm going to open up the discussion and stop recording. If anybody, if Tyra or Berenice have questions, I don't know if you would like to give any comments, Berenice.
You touched on everything really